Hey everybody, sorry no Charles tonight. I just was doing some stuff, a lot of Virginia stuff going on. I hope to have a counter lawfare update tomorrow. Miss Nina, nasty Nina, got some counter lawfare stuff going on with her, but I went to visit our friend Lee Stranahan, and I had hoped to have Lee join me on a broadcast either Friday or yesterday, but I am sad to report that Lee is not well. I visited him in the hospital, and a lot of people have been asking about Lee. People know, regular viewers of the show know Lee had a stroke, several strokes, and there's no real other way to put this. He's just not doing well. I spoke to some of the nurses there at the hospital, and I want to be careful to not share too much information because obviously this is his private information, but I know he wants everybody to know about it. His son and his brother are basically, taking care of everything for him, and I've known his son since he was a baby, and I've known his brother for many, many years, and they're great guys. They're looking after Lee. Lee was not really able to speak with me when I was there. He, everybody knows, has had some loss, some speech issues from the stroke, and it's really gotten much worse. So he wasn't able to join me for a show. People have been asking, a lot of people want to send support, people want to send money. Please do not send any money to me that you want Lee to get. People can still support Lee on patreon.com/Stranahan. I don't think he's going to be posting new content there anytime in the near future, but it is linked up to his bank account, and if people want to help Lee, you can send money there. You can also wait. His son is going to be announcing some kind of funding. Again, I don't want to be an intermediary here. Please do not ask me. Don't send me money. I just don't want to be responsible for people's money like that. When Shane contacts me with some way to financially help Lee, I'm going to share that with everybody. I just wanted to get on air today because, first of all, Charles is traveling and not able to do the show, and also just to let everybody know what's going on. Yeah, it was tough. It's tough to see a friend in the hospital like that. People know I've known Lee since 1996. It's interesting, I first met Lee, he was doing VHS tapes about how to use the video toaster. I've told this story many times before, and with Lee on the show. And wow, here's a 1993 video from Lee, Video Toaster Essentials. Let's see if we can look at this. I wonder whose channel is this even? It is Lee, but this is not Lee's channel. There he is. So I used to watch these videos about, how to do 3D animation, and Lee had a whole series of videos that he did. This is late in the process, Video Toaster 4000 in 1993. I mean, this is way late in the process. Lee was doing these forever. And I mean, he was really on the cutting edge. For people who don't know, Lee was on the cutting edge of 3D animation and digital video and doing all this sort of stuff. Whose ever video this is, don't attempt to strike the channel because you've taken the video from Lee. It's his video. But I mean, this is how I learned how to do 3D animation, was Lee and his brother Kenny. So yeah, I don't know. I don't even remember how I got his phone number. I guess it was probably advertised on the videos. And I called him up and I said, hey, I'm going to do a seminar in New York City about Lightwave 3D. Do you and Ken want to do it? And he was like, sure. And then we did it for a few years. Lee and Ken would come to New York City. We would do these Lightwave Expo New York. They were the stars of the show. Lee would talk, and Ken would be up on stage running the animation and stuff, and it was a training seminar. And for a while, this is what Lee did to earn a living. He would travel around the country doing these different animation seminars. And actually, the last one he did, I wasn't running. We stopped doing them. I got onto other things, and I wasn't running them anymore. But then he did one more where he came to Newark. And actually, the last time, I think we've spoken about this on the show, the last time I went to the World Trade Center in New York City was with Lee and this whole crew of people who had gone to his seminar in Newark. So, I mean, if anybody has any questions, you can put them into the chat here, and I'll try and answer them. Like I said, I don't want to get, look, I don't know what the diagnosis is. Hopefully Lee will recover. But as I said, I will say, I spoke to one of the nurses. I asked what she thought about the recovery, and she said that with adults, they used to say that a stroke, 6 to 12 months, and then that was it. But now she said as much as 5 years, there can be a recovery. And the only thing that sort of had me worried was, this nurse has been his nurse for, I don't know, a couple of weeks. And I don't know if she's aware that he's 5 years into this already. So again, I hope there will be a recovery for Lee, but I just wanted to manage people's expectations and be very real with everyone. Lee is not well. And I don't know if or when he's going to be able to join for another show. But like I said, if there is, new information coming through, somebody says bariatric oxygen. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm not really in a position to make any kind of medical recommendations to Lee. His son and his brother's family is like taking care of all that. So maybe that's a good idea. I don't know what that kind of oxygen does. I'm not a doctor. I don't know anything about strokes. I don't, it's a really sad thing. We will pray for Lee. Yeah. Thanks, guy from Arizona. So there's a lot of other stuff going on. I don't really want to jam up this particular live stream with too many other subjects. I just wanted to let people know I haven't been doing shows the past couple of days because, first of all, I was driving. I don't want to say exactly where he is in Virginia. That picture that I used in the thumbnail is not the actual hospital where he is. It's just a generic picture of a hospital that I used, and the thought was that I would... I thought I might be able to walk around the hospital with him and do a show, or outside on the grounds, but no, that was clearly not going to happen. I wonder if we can find anything about Lightwave Expo New York. Probably not on the broad internet. It would only be stuff that I had uploaded. It was many years ago, and in fact, it was really pre-internet. The craziest thing is we had some people who were there who are sort of famous-ish now. NVIDIA and things like that were involved, and I should have been investing in NVIDIA, but who knew? Yeah, I'm really not finding anything Lightwave Expo New York. No. Yeah. People pray for Lee. That's certainly something to do. He needs it. He does. I brought him lunch, and yeah, I mean, he wasn't feeling well. His grip was strong. That was good. That was promising. Yeah, Pam, I hope he has a full recovery too. I mean, so if people were watching, the last show I did with Lee was a show about the Charlie Kirk assassination. People can go back and check that out. I think it might have been actually pretty close to the time that Charlie Kirk was assassinated. When was that? Let's look here. going back. Yeah, it was a month ago. So, yeah, that was September 13th, the last show with Lee. And some people commented that they were concerned about how he was looking. I do see that now. I guess I was not paying as much attention then. But yeah, there's not too much else to say. Like I said, I don't want to get into too many details, but I wanted to give everybody an update, and I should have more of an update pretty soon as far as his son putting together potentially a GoFundMe or whatever it is that he might do. Again, if anybody has any questions or wants to ask me anything, I'll do my best to answer. But yeah. Julian Assange vigil. What are you talking about? He was at that. Is there one happening now? Lee was a big supporter of Julian Assange. Lee, everybody knows, was working for Sputnik for a while and has been kind of financially struggling since the Joe Biden sanctions against Russia kicked that company out. I mean, that was so stupid, right? That really harmed Lee and his health, you know? Joe Biden, worst president ever. I don't have all that much more to say other than that. I hope Lee will have a recovery, but I'm not sure what that looks like. And I think that might be all for right now. I should be back tomorrow. Like I said, counter lawfare information coming soon. Yeah, it's got to be a lot. That's what I mean. I'm not trying to push his son. You know, I let him know. If and when a GoFundMe is ready, I'm happy to promote it. Like I said, people can still help Lee. I mean, he is getting the money from Patreon. I don't interact with the money on Patreon at all. All I was doing for him when we were doing Patreon shows was loading the content on there. Yeah. Oh, wow. See, I didn't see this. He wrote on September 27th, I hate how much I have to speak about my health, but the truth is I've survived multiple strokes. They've left me with real challenges. My speech is slower. Vision, that was definitely an issue when I went to see him. He couldn't initially tell it was me until I spoke to him. Left him with real challenges. Vision isn't what it used to be, but I refuse to let that stop me. Every day I fight to keep my journalism alive. Independent reporters don't have corporate safety nets. We don't have billionaires underwriting us. What I have is the truth, the determination to tell it, and the support of people like you. But right now my rent is overdue and I'm struggling just to keep a roof over my head. Can't let another month slip away. If I lose stability, the work stops. And I believe the stories I'm reporting matter too much. Boy, when did he write this? He must have been... I'm not sure exactly when he went into the hospital. I mean, I contacted his brother. I have to go back and check some texts. Anyway, so people get it. You can go to patreon.com/Stranahan and sponsor Lee on Patreon. That's the best way I know of right now to send him financial support. Some people have asked me, can they send him stuff at the hospital? I'm not able to discuss what hospital he's at, and I've been asked not to share that information with anybody. Obviously, there are lunatics who want to make Lee's life even less comfortable than it is right now. I think people know who I'm talking about. I don't want to dignify that person by mentioning his name on here, but yeah, not even going to mention him. And, you know, that's it. Lee is not well, everyone. I hope he will recover, but for right now, he does need your prayers. And if you want to help him but don't want to use Patreon, you can contact me on X or on email, truth at crowdsourcethetruth.org, and as soon as that GoFundMe information becomes available, I'll make sure everybody is able to get to it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Charles will be back on Wednesday, and tomorrow is a new week. Lots to discuss. I'll have more to say then. Take care, everybody.